Talk story with Spice. Spice. Island Spice.
Niki kamauna kalaye, oahi ale ale lai wenwa, uki ale kalani kababawe oaikini, alahi ale no nalo kaipuha, kalaula mau kau hawae, ngai pai kale ohe ole kaya maye.
Hey guys, what's up? Spice here. Different show today, that's for sure. I got a lot of people reaching out and they're just like, what's going on? I guess we're gonna go and dive into a place that I've always avoided, but this year was the first time that put some effort and some energy into, some thought into, is politics. And personally, I thought politics, since I was young, I just never trusted anyone. Right side, left side, Republican, Democrat. I always felt that there was something going on behind closed doors, behind our back, that, yeah, there was just, it wasn't me and you involved. It felt like it seemed as though people are stuffing pockets and making out like bandits on our accord and, you know, telling us all these good things but doing the exact opposite behind us. So, but this year obviously was very different. Probably the most intense political storm ever. And a lot of people reaching out, wanting to know what's coming. And for those of you who don't know, I've done psychic readings a long time for celebrities, a lot of friends, lots of clients, new, old, from 20 plus 30 years ago. And you know, obviously I'm either pulling the wool over their eyes and they keep coming back, or I'm doing something right and the readings are falling into place. And you know, I've had people laugh in my face like, oh, there's no way, and next thing you know, I get a phone call and be like, oh my god, I met them, or I'm pregnant, or we're moving, or I mean, the scenarios go on and on and on. You know, I got a new car, whatever it was. And so, and you know, I never will take credit for it. It's, you know, where the messages come from. Not only do I have I done these psychic readings for a long time, I also do astrology. And you know, a lot of people think it's a bunch of hokey finokey and hocus pocus, but you really have to understand what astrology is. It is a combination of reading and understanding planetary movement, all the planets. So to give you guys an understanding, if you want a prime example, imagine like a hula hoop, all right? You put it on the water and you take what's in our system, 9 planets, all right? Let's say it's Earth and we put one in the middle, all right? And let's say that represents planet Earth, and we've got the moon, that'll be a little stone, and we got a bunch of other little stones, different sizes, and those will be all the different other planets, all right? Throw them all in the hoop, all right? And they're all gonna make rings in the water. And all those rings are going to each other and combining and colliding. That's astrology, all right? Aside from cutting that into 12 pieces, there's the astrological signs. But planetary movement, that's what I'm getting to, all right? So just to let you know that, you know, I don't know what the reading's going to bring, but I'm going to educate you on this, okay? We have what's called a retrograde, when a planet goes retrograde. So every planet is like you. They're a person, all right? When you're in your light, meaning you're vibrating in a higher place with yourself. You're happy, you're joyful, you're more complimentary, you're not as negative. When a planet goes and gets blocked from the light behind another, that's considered a retrograde period. It's like they say it's standing still, but it's not. It's just kind of spinning, and it's not getting its full sunlight, so it drops in vibration, all right? And when that happens, we as a whole, those rings that are blasting in the hula hoop of the water, they are more murky water than rather clear, crystal clear water, all right? And then the behavior patterns come up through all of us because we're getting blasted by kind of ickier, grosser, lower vibratory energy than higher, happy, higher vibratory energy. And to give you an education, we had during 2020, which I personally feel is the Mayan calendar. You know, we've applied time. We don't even know what time is, but we've put a time that took a beautiful soul, Jesus Christ, and which is amazing. Someone changed time, and we split time frame before Christ and after Christ. All right, AC/DC. All right, not AC/DC. AD BC. So AD is, I think it's always hard to pronounce. I think it's Anno Domini, which basically means in the year of our Lord, and then BC for Christ, not AC/DC, which is a rock band. BC, AC, however that goes, I forgot. Excuse me. But the point I'm getting to is our time frame. But the Mayan calendar is on a planetary movement calendar, star calendar. Okay, and so I personally feel that 2020 was the year I think the calendar stopped. It's like a whole new era, new beginning, you know. But on the planetary thing that I was speaking of, Pluto was retrograde. We had I think 5 or 6 planets all together in retrograde in 2020, which is crazy. That means we're at a very lower vibratory period of time. So listen up. Pluto, let's say it went retrograde, which it did, and it had 5 other planets in retrograde. That actually means that its retrograde period and the lower vibratory energy that we went into was that much lower, just with that planet. All right. So during Pluto retrograde, what happened? COVID came out of nowhere. Okay. All the creepy pedophile icky stuff surfaced. There were global busts, which you can thank Trump for that. If you followed things, what was going on, it happened. So I will definitely thank him for that, for helping a lot of children and people who were missing and all the gross things that goes on. But that's a whole nother subject. The Antifa and the BLM thing surfaced. What else surfaced during that time? The pressure from the media, okay, starting to cut people off. You know, Trump, he got his rights taken away on Twitter, but you'll see a lot of people who are waking up, sharing videos and stuff. All of a sudden, those videos were gone. All right. One includes mine, because during the beginning of the pandemic, I put a video out from the goodness of my heart to educate what you can do in case of symptoms or preventative things you could do naturally in case you were exposed to, you know, the main issue at hand with the world illness that's happening. So you get my drift. And the video is taken down, and it's backed by thousands of years of knowledge, and it's also backed by experience that I have testimonials for, of getting rid of it in people, which if you follow me on my social media platforms, that you're going to see that's happening. So then when Uranus went retrograde, so as a planet goes in retrograde and out, that's called the shadow grade. All right. When Uranus was going in, that is when the Capitol was stormed. That's when all that happened, and we had our Chewbacca guy in a bikini or whatever you say storm the Capitol that day. So just to kind of give you an understanding. So I think there's more stuff in the stars that's coming, and all for the better, all for the light. So just to educate you on that kind of thing, and before we get into the reading. But yeah, obviously the sun is the center of our universe, not Earth, but as I said, but I mentioned Earth as the center because of how we're affected, but the sun is obviously everything inside the hula hoop goes around the center of the universe, which is the sun, which is such an amazing thing anyway. And also understanding that everything I'm speaking about with the planets is it's all non-tangible energetic chemistry. So first you understand, like, all of you 12 birth signs has a positive side and negative side behavior patterns of personality. Same with the planets. And so as I mentioned here, Uranus is like chaos, freedom, just the unexpected. And then Pluto is the god of the underworld. And as I mentioned, all the negative things that surfaced when it was retrograde definitely fall underneath kind of a dark time. And if you guys are aware, we just began our way into Mercury retrograde, and my neighbor cut his finger. I had a bunch of trippy stuff going on. Generally, like computers, cars, electronics always fizzle out and get weird. It all varies on each time it goes retrograde. The sign that it's in, there's a lot more involved than just, oh, it went retrograde. There's way more going on, and some are way gnarlier than the other. Just everything's variable. But yeah, it's like I said, it's all non-tangible energetic chemistry, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes down the pipe with, we'll just say, all the stones in the circle. So, but I'm here for all of you. If you want to know who I voted for, drum roll please, kind of keep you in suspense, is I voted for you. How did I vote? My vote came through prayer. My vote came through wanting the best for everyone, because where I stand with today is, personally, this isn't, especially this election and with what's going on in our world, the complications, and I feel we're still in a really strong period of darkness, and I pray for the light to come in for you, all of you, every one of us, on a global scale, because I just don't feel that's what's going on, and I feel like the darkness is getting stronger. And if any of you guys are wondering, yes, I actually did try to vote, and when I did go, I was registered, and when I went to vote, they did not have me in the system, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm registered, and they couldn't find my name anywhere, and like looking like for a half hour, and so I had to get on a phone. I think it was some little old dial-a-phone, and sit there. I literally sat, guys, for an hour and a half waiting and waiting to, I don't know, get re-registered or something, when it should be as easy as, okay, here's some forms, let's re-register you right now. So how many of you can stand there for an hour and a half and for anything and waste your day, when I'm sure a lot of you got a lot going on? So I didn't vote on paper, but like I said, my vote was for all of you, and I voted through prayer, for praying for the light to come in for all of us. And right now, this what's going on, and with the election, with one party getting in, I've actually seen the opposite of what people were thinking, where, okay, there'll be unity and things of that nature. Social media, it's still firing off, and it's really bad, and really good people, even if they're on the side, sorry, I've got incense going, even if they're on the side that I wasn't agreeing on for their actions, they're still good people, and they were getting called names and just getting ridiculed for the way they believe in. Who is anyone to tell anyone what they should believe in? It's what we all need individually to be individual and to be ourselves. It was kind of a trip for me with this whole thing. Like, I feel we were separated intensely, all of us, and not only through our beliefs on Dem versus Republican and that kind of thing, but really I feel like, as in the scriptures, they say that the wheat was separated from the shaft. And on that notion, or on that term, it was literally those who woke up and could feel what's going on, and the light was running through them, and there was so many that stayed behind and just didn't connect with maybe what's really going on. And what I've noticed is, because of our lifestyles, because of what we flood ourselves with improper diets, a lot of chaos, emotions, things of that nature, we're just cluttered as a race of, I don't even want to say people, just as a species, compared to a lot of species on the planet. And that takes us to a place where we don't feel, meaning spiritually, like in, your Na'au, your Pico, you're in Hawaii, like you're not feeling the situation. You're just like, do you really wake up and like TV and what they're telling you, especially this day and age, that, oh, okay, they said it, that's exactly what's going on, okay, I'm good with that, no worries, and you go about your day, instead of questioning through feeling. And I noticed a lot of people, even people that I really respect and consider very intellectual beings, very smart, very intelligent, I got shocked and surprised that they're not feeling kind of what's going on with things. And right now, to me, what's really going on, it's not Republican versus Democrat, it's the light versus the dark. And so, a good example, when I was young, I had relatives living in a region called Fairfax, Virginia, which is right there on the, it's basically Washington, D.C. And I was 11 years old, I think around that age, give or take. And I went through the White House tour, and then it was brought to my attention that on one side of the White House, we've got the red light district where there's prostitution, and on the other side was the drug lords. And I'm sitting here going, birds of a feather flock together. And the way politics have gone astray, just printing money as it goes, and a lot of things I don't have to tell anyone out there, it's nothing new. Aside from birds of a feather flock together, I feel like great change is needed. And it's not like you or I. Actually, you or I, there is change, and we'll go into that. I think it's up to us, and what's going to create the change is consciousness and understanding what that is, that we all need to raise together. It's not going to take a few or this person and that person and stop doing these particular things, such as things that lower our vibration. We really need to rise together and raise our vibration so that we are in a higher conscious area with ourselves, that we are vibrating higher. The White House, as far as I'm concerned right now, those people inside there should be at such a high level of consciousness. They should be glowing and radiating with so much light that we, as the common people, should need sunglasses, because they shine so bright, and that they don't have to sit there and bicker back and forth and make decisions on what to do for the people. That the answer should come through them from a God source, from a higher source, automatically. But it's not. We need to go in there with giant strobe lights, with flashlights, as far as I'm concerned. That the darkness is so prevalent with what's been going on, and the recent Wall Street incident is proof. You had a company that's just been smashing everyone, controlling the money, and some little guys came in and showed them how it was done, gave them a taste of their own medicine, and then all of a sudden they want bailout, that this can't happen to them. And it's like, yes, it can. It's a dice roll every day when you wake up. And so a lot needs to change, and it's only going to happen with all of us, not just me, you know. So and not just you. So it's going to be all of us, and understanding that there's a lot of basic substances that are in people's lives on daily that needs to be removed, and we all need to really raise our vibration through not only our actions, our thoughts, what we take into our bodies, you know, physically through the foods that we eat. You know, as the Joker once said, this town needs an enema, and the White House needs an enema. The world of greed needs an enema, and it's got to stop. And so, you know, and as far as I'm concerned, we've got grown adults that are running against one another to run a country with millions of people, and they're having a mudslinging contest. You know, I'll put emphasis on this. If any of you have or have not, you know, I surf. It's part of my life, and so many of my amazing friends globally. I mean, that's what we do. We're like one big family. If you ever watch a pro surf contest, I'm talking like the highest, most well-respected, recognized surfers in the world. During a contest, I mean, you can have someone, you know, who's a world champion against someone who hasn't gotten a world title, but they may win. The world champion wins a heat in a competition, and they beat someone who's another pro surfer in the competition. But you'll hear this pro guy who has world titles and is just considered super gnarly at surfing still humbly says, hey, you know, I think I got lucky. I think I just got the right waves. I'm up against, you know, one of the best guys there is. And then, or women, you know, they speak so highly amongst each other. And I think it's a great emphasis that needs to be going on with our world leaders, or people who are potential world leaders for a country, and they are basically in competition. And you figure like, hey, you know, these are what I'm bringing to the table. You know, I'm sure this person, you know, has some great ideas, keeping it humble rather than sitting there throwing mud back and forth. I mean, this election too was a joke in my book, from both parties, and the way they kind of carried themselves. And, you know, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say who I was favoring or any of that such, but, you know, I just feel at that level of adulthood and existence that it should be a lot more humble and a lot more respect towards the other party, the other people that they're against. And it's just not that way. And it shouldn't be that way. So, you know, food for thought. And so, out of love, I'm going to be very neutral. And I'm not saying it's coming true, but so many people have hit me up and they want to know what's coming. So I'm going to sit here, roll out some cards, and kind of open up to what possibly might be coming. And, you know, it could be on the pace and avenue where we're at, which I really don't care for. Personally, like I said, I don't think either of them work, Republican, Democrat. I'm ready for the conscious party. We're way past due. And so, because a lot of people are like, hey, is Trump finding his way back in? Is this whole thing with Biden real? You know, like, you know, guys, I'm so burned out, and I'm so just, I'm over it. I want not a normal life, back to norm. I want all of us to have a peaceful life, a simple life, a happy life, and where we get time with each other, ourselves, and we're not sitting here slaving to the bone just to get by at the end of the day and have nothing but bills paid. You know, and where I stand is as I stated, the conscious party. Okay, we need people that are for us, that serve us, and I personally don't feel, and I know a lot of you feel the same way, that they are not there serving us. You know, you take you every morning, all of you wake up like me. You wake up to serve one another, to serve people. Whether you're a janitor, okay, you're serving the school grounds, or you're serving an office complex, and your service is keeping the area nice and clean or taking the trash out. Whether you are selling automobiles, it's a service you're providing. Whether you are a CEO of a giant company, and let's say you're putting products out there, and those products are basically a service, and you're just getting more out there in production. All of you wake up and serve. If you're a waiter or a waitress in a restaurant, a barista at a coffee shop, you're providing a service, is what we do. And I personally don't feel as though, and you can see it plain as day in our face, that our government is serving us. They're serving themselves. While so many people were underwater struggling during this time, they're bickering back and forth over $600 for the people, while the entire time they're all getting paid through taxpayers' dollars, right? Yeah, guys, and not to mention, during this time, they got to vote on their raise and how much they're going to make per year. So during this time, which is the last thing they should have been doing, they should all have been taking a pay cut. And let's not forget that their struggling decision, ping-ponging back and forth, that involved all of us. I guess we weren't important enough because they all had to go on vacation instead of taking care of us. Which, to me, I don't care if if you're working for the betterment of the people, like, they should have worked Christmas Eve all the way in through Christmas Day trying to figure out how to help us all. And then to top things off, they're passing a bill that's supposedly to help us, but in that bill, a stimulus package, one of the things that money is going to, I think it was like 1.4 billion, is going towards not the people who need it the most, but like overseas to Pakistan for gender studies. All right, I'm going to tell you right now that if someone pulls their pants down, there's either a taco stand or a hot dog stand, right? And so why does that amount of money need to go? That is not serving us. That's why I'm saying we need a conscious party that is for all of us. Like, let's look at the WHO, the World Health Organization. For my entire life, World Health Organization, I thought that, let's say I am representing the Caribbean or Ireland or something, and I go and we all meet together, and these people come and they meet and they meet and they meet, and all from around the world, and we discuss what is going on, positive with our country, with the people and their health, and negative. And then everybody goes home and relays it to everyone who needs to hear about what they learned and share to make it better for serving the people, right? It's common sense. And that's just not what was going on. The WHO is a business, okay? Why did you wake up to, either work for someone in a business, or why do you run your own business? For profit, right? So it's kind of, I don't know. I think you know where I'm going with that one. So I don't think it makes sense. It's like, think about it, guys. Let's take the term organic, all right? Why is that even a word? Why is that even a term? Because they're not serving us for our best interest, all right? Think about it, all right? I grew up very natural, both sides farming, hunting, growing fruits and things of that nature, and a lot of farm acreage for vegetables and things of that nature. And so it was just natural. But organic came about because they weren't serving us and our health and our well-being, because they were allowing GMOs and synthetics and things of that nature to come into the marketplace. All right? So they're not serving us. We need people that want to serve us in our best interest and well-being. I hope that makes sense. It should. So basically, guys, in summary, I think it's just out of hand. I think over a long period of time, the politicians, probably on a global scale, have just gotten way too comfortable with just kind of sitting back and, I guess plotting ways to just keep making more money through the people. And if not, just keep printing away. So it needs to come to a halt. So, that's why I prayed for all of us, that we get people in office that are coming from heart and dedicate their livelihoods and waking up every morning to serve the people. And they're coming from the best interest for all of us, and being humble about what they're making and stuff like that. Obviously, they need to get paid, but it shouldn't just be 4 years and then you're set for life. Obviously a lot of you agree there should be term limits and blah blah blah, but basically, anyway, guys, there needs to be change, and I don't think I need to let any of you know or tell you or anything like that. But yeah, I just think the comfort level has gone out of proportion, way too comfortable, and we need change. We need change. All in all, guys, when it boils down to it, maybe everything is okay and peachy with our government and the White House and all that, but maybe it's not. But I will tell you this, that I've always said it's better to have a penny in hand and be broke your entire life and do good things than to have all the money in the world and to do darkness to get it. Because in the end, God's keeping score. Don't ever forget that. Through my work and working on people spiritually and taking on energy, the pressures of negative energy and the darkness associated with it, I would never wish upon anybody's worst enemy what it can bring to you. So always do good things. Come from your heart. And if there are these big things going on with our politicians and all that, in the end, God's keeping score. So just keep doing good things and living a magic, beautiful life and enjoying every moment and every day. I think with everything that just recently happened, it was a good wake-up call, because a lot of you got to stay home and get paid to stay home, and it made you rethink on some things, and it got all of you with some creative juices flowing. So good on you. For those of you who didn't let it just keep you sitting, that you got some wheels turning and your heart involved, and you made some things happen. Because I did see throughout this whole pandemic, I watched a lot of people grow and open up and blossom that normally would not have ever happened. And so we all need to blossom and serve one another and make the higher one above us happy through us just being peaceful and happy and filled with love, instead of the hate that's still going on, and it's not going to stop until we raise our vibration and until we understand what consciousness is, and taking ourselves to that level, to a higher place with all of ourselves. And so let's you guys can kick back. I'm going to sit here and funnel the message. And like I said, generally when I do readings, I do a lot of private readings. Like I said, I've worked with a lot of celebrities, people that all of you know, but who it is, it's not important. Because to me, everybody's a celebrity. Everyone's amazing. Everyone's wonderful. Everyone's beautiful. My friends, all my clients who've ever come to see me, I love you because I've grown because of you, and it's allowed me to help others. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody is a celebrity. So I do astrology readings each month for each sign, and I get a lot of positive feedback, and those are just general readings for what might be coming for the month. And so instead of an accurate one-on-one reading, but I'm going to sit back, and I'm not making any promises as to what's coming. I'm just going to open up and see what comes and share that with you. And there's my love for all of you, especially those who've been hitting me up like, what's coming, what's going on. I will say this, that a lot of the readings I have done since the beginning of this whole global shutdown and the virus and everything that's happened, it's given me relief because I've done so many readings and all of them were magical. People were flourishing and all these wonderful things were coming for them, all in due time. So it gives me hope that there are good things around the corner. If it's for so many others, you know, for myself and for all of you, because that's what I want for everyone. And, you know, everyone should wish that for everybody. We should all be a support system for everyone and want the best and push each other to strive and become more and greater with ourselves. And so let me tune in, guys. So if I didn't tell you I love you, and let's see what the message is that's coming through. So I'm hearing in the next 6 weeks, and they're telling me 4 cards. I'm also hearing be prepared. But we'll see what that's all about. Okay, and then let's see if there's another message coming through. Hearing lots of transition. Positive changes. That's what we're all looking for. A whole new global identity. Okay. As citizens of the earth is what they're saying. Great changes are amongst us is what I'm hearing. New beginnings. But it won't come easy in the beginning is what they're saying, and that lots of flip-flop back and forth. People will be living in fear. Others are going to know what to do and how to react and be okay because they know that there's a lot of light at the end of the tunnel is what I'm hearing. But let me flip these cards. Wow. Gosh golly. Oh my. I look forward to sharing. Whoa. All right. So first thing, next 6 weeks, I'm hearing brace yourself. Don't fret. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is usually a card that means luck and prosperity. But they're saying brace yourself because there will be a time of unsurety and darkness and lots of chaos and commotion is what I'm hearing. But it's going to smooth out is what I'm hearing. And there's going to be, through the ups and downs, a lot of positive growth. We've got the King of Wands. When you think Wands, you've got someone who's very stable, some growth, a new leader is what I'm hearing. Someone who really stands strong in their beliefs for the people, and it's going to happen in the blink of an eye, like Knight of Swords. It's already lining up is what I'm hearing. We've got the Knight of Swords here, and that's like a new messenger coming through, and what it's bringing is a sense of I'm hearing the word. Dude, they're just saying love. Like I get this expanded feeling, and I almost want to cry. Like I see people dropping to their knees because so many people are. It's like I'm hearing that this whole past year, so many have woken up, and with what has happened, it's like they gave up on God. They gave up on believing because they knew something big was coming, but because it hasn't happened, they all dropped to their knees. A lot of you praying, a lot of you have cement shoes on knowing that change is coming, but there's a lot of people who think it's the end of the world. And look what we got, guys. We have the Justice card, and to top that off, we have balance. All right, and what I'm picking up on is they're saying not a new world order, that's for sure. They're saying lots of exposure, I'm seeing the negativity is getting swept, like literally in a like if you're on the street and they're showing like a gutter, and I see some guy just spraying all the dirt into the gutter, washing it away, is what I'm seeing. And this is I see so many people like in a big park. Oh my god, I want to cry. Hold on. I see people holding hands, and they're in a big ring of people, and they're out together. Everyone's singing, and they're holding hands, and they're in a circle, and they're all singing, and they're dancing, and they're all together as one. And I see so many different colors, races of people, and I see the moon. I see like rainbows, just like a slinky, all around planet Earth. I just see changes, and I see birds singing, and I see animals coming out that were hiding, and like everything. It's like this giant global change. And I smell, everything smells clean and fresh. And the rivers, I'm looking, it's like I'm looking through glass. It's like there's not even water when you're looking at it. Like there's a whole new way of living that's coming, is what they're telling me. When I do this, I kind of forget what I've said. I should always write it down. I know the 4-week thing, but they're saying the past will be exactly that. Through this card, we have the 8 of Cups. And see, look guys, we stacked them. And in there, like what I'm feeling, I feel like I want to throw up right now. And that's what's in the cup. Just dark energy, vomit, all the negative behavior patterns you can like conjure up in your mind, from greed to anger to bigotry to racial religious tensions and making judgment on others. Like I just feel like it's all about to shift, is what I'm hearing and seeing. And they're saying that the dawning of a new age, the Aquarian age, where we're going to work together towards humanity and make it one world of love and light and growth. It's going to take some time, but it's happening. The new beginning is happening. You've got the King of Pentacles, where everyone is rich, where everyone is wealthy, they're telling me. There's no poverty. We're going to start getting rid of things that have broken people down and separated us, where we have certain things going on where these people don't have this and these people do, where it's okay to have things, but it's not okay to have these things and think you're above these persons that don't. Everyone internally will have wealth, is what I'm hearing and seeing. Wow, man, this is, my head's just blew off my neck. It's all going to come in time. But for those of us, a lot of us are definitely going to see it within this lifetime. And it's in the next few weeks. Get ready. I'm hearing that it's like I'm seeing a military, but it's angels. And look, we got guardian angels. And they are marching in. It's like they're crawling in the spirits of people, and they're guiding people for all these different things to start unfolding and happening. And it could be you. You could make a difference, guys. Wake up and make a difference, is what I'm hearing. I feel as though the great change, epiphany, the light is finally making its way in, where it's been such a struggle and a battle. We've all been misguided, and the light is finally coming through, and it's going to guide us to where we all need to go and make this a better place for all. And that we can be free again. We can be children inside. Look at this. We got the playfulness card. You know, I'm excited for this. I feel like it's a great time to be alive. Wow, that was crazy. I feel like I'm like coming down off of something. Native American, Weha, and First Nation and Hawaiians. We always say Hawaiian people, you say 7 generations. Okay, it's a big term, and it has a very in-depth meaning, simple yet powerful meaning. Where when you say 7 generations, that everything you do, everything you say, all your actions is for 7 generations from now, rather than what's been going on for so long, hundreds of years, is for now, for me, Not you, not all of us, but for just me. And that's about to come to an end, I'm hearing. That's going to be a thing in the past where we aren't operating down low, where greed and negative emotions no longer serve us. We come from our heart space, is what I'm hearing, and we're channeling in a higher vibration. And we are putting others first before ourselves, is how I feel. And I'm hearing that we're going to start learning to carry ourselves, and we're going to respect one another, whether it's your religion, your thought, your culture, your beliefs. It's just like a whole new positive thing. And I'm hearing for the first time in so long that all of us will start finding, I keep seeing and hearing the word freedom, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, because a lot of us can sit there and say, yeah, we live in America, land of the free, but we're not. We're in prison. We're in prisons of the mind. We're very constricted. And we think the rest of the world should be like we are. But I'm so glad it's not. I'm glad everyone's not black. I'm glad everyone's not white. I'm glad everyone's not Polynesian. I'm glad everyone's not Asian. It's so beautiful that we have so many mixed races of people, and that we've got all these places around the world that God made with flowers and birds and snow-covered mountains and waves and oceans and lakes and rivers and waterfalls and rainbows. I mean, we're so blessed, and we've stepped away from it, and it's like we got bored of it. But now we're going to really start realizing our blessing. It's been right there in front of us the whole time. Every day. Blue skies, clouds, rain, sunshine, a moon. Like, it's amazing, guys. And so I love all of you. Here's your reading. I'd like to give thanks and a huge shout out to Aribe Tea Company. Aribe Tea is an amazing all-natural tea company that uses organic and locally sourced ingredients from right here in the Hawaiian Islands. Both brewed and bottled in Hilo, Hawaii of the Big Island, with lots of flavors to choose from, Aribe Tea can be found at Island Naturals, Down to Earth, Safeway, KTA, and Times Supermarket, as well as all 7-Eleven stores. Enjoy an Aribe tea today. And a special thanks to Our Mirror for their pure grade, high quality, handmade incense. Hands down, Our Mirror makes the absolute best incense available. Pure, clean, and balanced with infinite, heavenly, divine, exotic, and pleasantly beautiful scents and aromas to choose from. Be sure to check out their amazing all-natural hygiene products as well. Incense by Our Mirror is available at a health store near you or available online at ourmirror.com. As for my surf sponsors, mahalo to Dakine for their awesome surf products, a trusted, loved, and recognized brand that originated right here in the Hawaiian Islands on the island of Maui in 1979. Dakine products are available at your local surf shop or their website, dakine.com. A definite thank you goes to Rawson Surfboards. Shaper Pat Rawson has been shaping surfboards since 1966, which includes shaping boards on surfing's most respected proving grounds, the North Shore of Oahu, since 1972. One of the most well-recognized Rawson surfboard moments is that iconic Tommy Carroll snap at the North Shore's infamous Bonsai Pipeline. Check out Rawson Surfboards at a surf shop near you or go to patrawsonsurfboards.com. And now I'd like to reach out and thank my snowboarding sponsors, starting with D-Curve. Guys, D-Curve is a cutting-edge eyewear and lifestyle company pushing you to explore your boundaries and defy your limits. D-Curve uses the same patented technology that NASA uses in space to protect eyes from radiation that blocks out 100% UV rays and harmful blue light. D-Curve helmets, goggles, sunglasses, and more can be found at dcurve.com. Check them out. You'll be super stoked you did.
Here's Honoko Hao. I like to see the stars over me and they shine brighter in the valley outside of town. And all I need is a river flowing free out to the sea, just you and me outside of town. And all my worries have left me now. A smile has been this lucky frown. I hope to keep what I have found. Oh, no koha, oh no koha. Oh he ano e kale, hele ua ui tahe mai a kaune. Kau I ka lewa o ia tu vehi vehi o ka po. Kau I ka lewa o ia tu vehi vehi o ka po. Ao he a o e kale. He lei ua ui tahe mai a kaune. Kau I ka lewa o ia tu vehi vehi o ka po. Kau I ka lewa o ia tu vehi vehi o ka po. I like to see the stars over me, and they shine brighter in the valley outside of town. And all I need is a river flowing free out to the sea, just you and me outside of town. And all my worries have left me now. A smile has been this lucky frown. I hope to keep what I have found. Oh, no koha. And all my worries have left me now. A smile has been this lucky frown. I hope to keep what I have found. Oh, no koha. Oh, no koha. Oh, no koha.